You wanted the best. You've got the best podcast. The hottest podcast in the world. The Chris Voss Show, the preeminent podcast with guests so smart you may experience serious brain bleed. The CEOs, authors, thought leaders, visionaries, and motivators. Get ready. Strap yourself in. Keep your hands, arms, and legs inside the vehicle at all times, because you're about to go on a monster education roller coaster with your brain. Now, here's your host, Chris Voss.
I'm Moses Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com. Ladies and gentlemen, the earliest things that makes official. Welcome to 16 years and 2,500 episodes of the Chris Voss Show. We're bringing you all the wonderful people and smartest minds and all that good stuff, but we need you to do one thing for us. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss, Chris Voss 1 on the Ticketockety, and all those crazy places on the internet. Opinions expressed by guests on the podcast are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of the host or the Chris Voss Show. Some guests of the show may be advertising on the podcast, but it is not an endorsement or review of any kind. Today's featured author comes to us from bookstolifemarketing.co.uk. With expert publishing to strategic marketing, they help authors reach their audience and maximize their book's success. Today we have an amazing young lady on the show. We're going to be talking about her book. Sheri Baity will be joining us on the show. Her book is entitled Coyote Hunting Farm Style, Take 2, out November 7th. 2024. We're going to get into it and what her book is about and maybe how you can utilize it to improve your life. She is 63 years young, married to the hardest worker she's ever met, dairy farmer G. Okay. The farm has been in the family since 1858, and one famous daughter, archaeologist Jamie, with a funny and full of shenanigans husband, son-in-law Phil. One precious daughter who is a combat medic for the Army, getting ready soon to give her a granddaughter, I guess.
A great-granddaughter.
A great-granddaughter. Wow.
Yes.
People are moving around over there. So give us your .coms. Where can people find you on the interwebs there, Sheri?
It is sheribaity.com.
Mm-hmm.
Also, if you wanted to do a Google search on just Sheri Baity or Sheri L. Baity, there's many pages of stuff about me out there. So lots of good info.
As long as they're not in the hands of prosecutors, you're all right.
I got rid of them.
Yeah. I mean, people always say, haven't I seen you before? And I'm like, yeah, on the wall at the United States Postal Service.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted there. So tell us about your book, Coyote Hunting Farm Style.
Yeah. I've been coyote hunting for a long time, for about 32 years. And it's just really a collection of stories, different short stories on different hunts. And then I got the bright idea to change the law here in Pennsylvania. So I went on that journey. I found someone to write the bill. I lobbied for it. And 3.5 years later, I got the governor to sign it. And then a couple months later, I got the Game Commission to change the law for predator hunters in Pennsylvania. So then I thought, okay, I want to tell this collection of some of my most favorable hunts and kind of like put an exclamation point at the end of it after I talk about the bill. Just, this is me.
Yeah. Coyote hunting. So
yes.
Tell us, how did this start? How did this begin and what got you into this sort of predator hunt?
I married a very hardworking dairy farmer. And basically he was doing field work and he said, why don't you go up there and shoot those coyotes? So I just started, and then about a year into it, I thought, what are these animals that I'm really hunting and why? And so then I started doing a lot of research on them, East versus West, and just started to learning about the actual animals. There was 1 month that I went up to my cabin and just sat there for the whole month and never fired a trigger, never pulled a trigger because I wanted to listen to their vocalizations. I wanted to watch how they work, with the animals, the wild animals out there. So I learned a lot. And plus I wanted to watch the other animals and how they interact when the coyotes light up. And so I took a whole month and just really researched it with these coyotes.
Get to know your enemy, I suppose.
Yeah.
Now, was there something happen on with the coyotes? Was something going on in the farm that caused them to?
There were a couple times where they would bust through the barbed wire fencing.
Wow.
So they would end up getting gouges or hurt, and the coyotes would come relatively too close for comfort, as far as we were concerned.
They probably harass the animals. We were talking before show. If you've got kids, small children especially, or small dogs, even bigger dogs, I've seen coyotes go after them in a pack. Yeah. And one dog, it's trying to fight off four is scary.
I was hunting up back one time when I heard the coyotes laid up down in the swamp, and the first thing that came out of the corner was a domestic dog, and it had a really long chain on it. Oh, no. And then before you know it, there were 5 coyotes coming after that domestic dog.
Oh, wow.
So
that's crazy. Yeah, and I imagine, if you have a farm, they might go after the cows or the chickens and lions and tigers, bears, all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get into coyote hunting, or is it also called predator hunting? Are there other things you hunt?
Yeah. A lot of people call it predator hunting. I call it coyote hunting.
Okay. Maybe you need to team up with Chris Hansen. He does some predator hunting too. I can see a reason some people should be put down on that show. Now this says Take 2 in the title of the book. Was there a Take 1 book, or is this? There
was a Coyote Hunting Farm Style 1, and that's been reprinted 3 times, and I just finally stopped reprinting it. I just let it fall to the wayside.
Is Take 2, I guess, better then? Is there more stories, or what's the key component there?
Yeah, just Take 2. I wanted to use the same title that I used on the first one, and then I was sitting here thinking, I thought, oh, Take 2 sounds cool, so I'll just add that to the end of it.
Now, are you the owner of Crow's Nest Calls? Am I seeing that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. What are those? Tell us the layman.
They are predator calls. I have a coyote vocalization call. They're all mouth calls. And that one is double dog dare ya. I have a crow call, and then I have a rabbit distress call.
You have anything for dating on Tinder where I can have a call to attract some wildlife?
I can teach you how to howl, but I don't know how successful that'll be.
I usually just wave money around, and that seems.
There you go. That'll work.
So on the cover of the book, it says "Blow a crow, drop a yote." What does that refer to?
That was a tagline I come up with because I'm always using my crow call when I coyote hunt.
Oh, really?
Because the crows have what I call the bird's eye view. They're up there in the treetops. So I blow my crow call, and usually I can drop a yote because the coyotes always want to know what the crows are talking about, whether it's food that they might have or danger or something, but they always want to know what the crows have to say. So that's why I always incorporate my crow call. So it kind of like a tagline, blow a crow, and boom, you drop a yote.
Well, it's probably important because according to Edgar Allan Poe, if it says nevermore all the time, that's a bad sign with the crow. That's a literary joke.
Yep.
Sometimes we go too smart on this show. People right now, Gen X or Gen Zers, whatever the hell they're calling themselves this week. Like, what's a crow? Who's Edgar Allan Poe? What's history? So anyway, I tease the Gen Zs. I love them sometimes. So you've got your collection of your stories in here, and then it sounds like you've done some legislative work. What was some of the legislation work you mentioned earlier, and why was that needed to be done?
I happened to be at the SHOT Show out in Vegas, and I came across this infrared equipment to put on your gun. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. And at the time I was doing I've been all over the country, but I was doing a lot of seminars at Bass Pros, Gander Mountains, and Cabela's, and also private ranches. So I was teaching them about this equipment, especially the ranchers that had the top dollar, cows out there. They wouldn't let predator hunting because they were afraid that their cows would get shot. So I taught them about the equipment, and then I get back home to my own farm and try and protect my coyotes. And it's like, this is ridiculous. I can't use this equipment here in Pennsylvania. I looked into it further, and it's like all these other surrounding states of Pennsylvania allow it.
Wow.
But not Pennsylvania. That Pennsylvania was kind of old school at the time. So I thought it was time to bring them up to the current time.
Yeah, there's a lot of old laws in the book that make no sense.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you can't park whales downtown. That's like, people wrote a law about that in some case. I don't know. I'm just making up. Yeah, there's a lot of dumb laws out there. And so basically you just developed this passion for hunting coyotes. Do you have to, I know boars are a dangerous thing. Do they have any of those out there?
Too.
Have you done that?
I've done that too, yeah.
That's kind of scary, man. I've seen them charge at people, man. Those guys are, I mean, I whenever I see him, I start thinking of bacon and some eggs. But when I see him charge, I mean, I've seen him run into people, man. They're dangerous. I think they can kill you if they really, those big ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's some angry bacon right there.
Victoria, Texas was where I went hog hunting, and what a blast.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, you got hog hunting, you got coyotes, and so it sounds like you influence a lot of people with your different things you do with the calls for the crow calls or whatever they are, the things you use to call up the crows, and pretty wild stuff there. And you do some of this alone when you're out there by yourself on your property.
I try and always do it alone. The less people, the less noise, the less movement. Yeah. I'm more comfortable just being out there by myself.
Yeah. Plus, you won't have any of those Dick Cheney experiences where you accidentally shoot your friend while you're hunting. By accident, wink.
At least I know how to load my gun.
Yeah. That and if you owe Dick Cheney money, make sure you pay him, please. And if you don't pay him, probably not best to go hunting with him.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he has a anyway, that's enough jokes with the Dick Cheney thing.
You're a trip. Go ahead.
Yeah. I just always think it was funny about that whole thing. I'm sure the lawyer who got shot in the face didn't think it was funny, but never renege on paying a bet that you lost to Dick Cheney. So what else do people need to know about some of these adventures you've been on? Do you ever worry about, if you're out there and, maybe there's 5 coyotes and they decide to come at you, or like those boars that will charge? You ever worry about that going on? Or you got a good machete, and you got a good, you got a good Rambo situation there going on?
Do you want the truth?
Sure.
I kind of figure, I look at it this way. I came down here with a plan. So if that's how I wrote in my plan, how I was going to be taken out, then, and I look at everything I've done with the 2 books and got the bill and the laws changed. I did good. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
What's that old adage? Die by the sword, live by the sword, die by the sword, sort of thing in the Bible there. You never know, man. Those coyotes, they could organize and come after you. Like the coyote mob could finally be like, we got to take this one out. This one's a problem.
Yeah. My one game warden said, "You know what you are?" And I said, "What's that?" And he goes, "Sheri." He said, "You're like the sheriff of the coyotes. They hear that you're coming to town, and they
they're out." Yeah. Well, coyotes. Do they ever have rabies and stuff too? Is that like a thing? Sometimes you got to worry about.
Rabies is very rare for coyotes. More like foxes.
Foxes get rabies.
Yeah.
Something
and
like
coons sometimes, but it's very rare for coyotes get it. There's a lot of diseases that they can carry too. So.
I've seen some people on Tinder that I'm pretty sure have rabies, but I don't know. I think Tinder should have something that says you have all your shots. So There.
I always tell people I'm updating on my shots.
That's anytime I take my dog in for rabies, and all the crap they have to do every 2 years or whatever it is now. I just go, give me a rabies shot too, just in case. I don't know.
What kind of dogs do you have?
Huskies.
Oh,
yeah.
I have 2 rough cut collies.
Yeah. So do you now? Are the collies the ones that you can use for hunting this sort of thing?
You can, but they're more like my babies.
Oh, okay.
So they stay in the fenced-in yard, and they stay here with Mama, and Mama's happy then.
Yeah. Because that could be dangerous, if you put your dog. I wouldn't want my dog out, hunting boars, because my gun's bigger than them. They don't have those opposable thumbs where they can hold a weapon. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's pretty wild. So what do you hope people get from learning and reading your book?
How it's possible to connect to nature like I did, and be able to read the signs, and you can pretty much tell what's going in the woods and where it's going to come out of and what it is.
Oh, really?
Just by listening and watching the other animals and their communication. It's just so fascinating. I mean, I can go up there and I can spend 6 to 8 hours up there and never get bored, because there's always something happening to watch, and it's just, it's incredible. It's free education,
Yeah.
A lot of people say, oh, I would never kill an animal. Well, that's okay. You don't have to hunt with a gun. You can hunt with a camera.
Oh, yeah. What do you do with the what do you do with the camera when you hunt?
Take photos? Because there's lots of hunters out there who are hunting alone and don't have anyone to, photograph their hunts and stuff like that. So there's lots of advantages out there.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun to I'm a photographer too. And so, I love wolves. I don't know about coyotes so much, but I love wolves, but yeah, photographing and stuff. But yeah, and I mean, is there a real problem out there where you're at with coyotes? Are they overbred? And, I know that sometimes hogs can be that way. They can be overbred.
There used to be a problem. I've kind of chipped away at it.
The sheriff's been in town. Yeah. The coyote sheriff's been laying down the law. But yeah, I mean it's one of those things. Do coyotes have a predator above them other than us?
Bobcats don't like them. Bear don't like them.
Yeah. Bears. Yeah. They probably owe money to bears. They probably have a gambling problem. Bears owe them. Bears are like, you better pay the bookie, man. Got to pay the vig or else. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Coyotes are notorious for running up a gambling debt. I live in Vegas, so
I'd say the only real predator that coyotes have are humans.
Well, they got you. So these calls, do you want to plug the calls that you sell? Is there a website for that? Do you want to plug that at all?
I killed that page because it just wasn't paying for itself. So I have a bunch of calls here. They can always reach out to me via email and I'll get them set up.
Do you do consulting and coaching on, how to clean up the coyote stuff in your own neighborhood somewhere, around the world or something?
I've worked all over the neighborhood. I've worked all over the country.
Wow.
People take these big time deer hunts and stuff like that out west. Just show me the coyotes. I don't care about any big game. Just show me the coyotes and I'm there.
I think you need to convert this book to a script for Hollywood and call it Jane Wick, Coyote Hunter.
Yep.
It's like 2 hours of murderous rampage of Jane Wick
But when I get a coyote, I check the sex. I weigh it. Yeah, and then I usually double garbage bag it and put it in the freezer. I actually have a list of people that want my next coyote so that they can have rugs made or mounted or.
People are mounting coyote. I mean, now people are turning coyotes into rugs.
Yeah.
They make good rugs.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Are they kind of like short hair fur?
Not the winter fur.
Oh, okay. My huskies, I look at them every now and then when they have their winter fur coats, and I'm like, you would make a good blanket. And they leave. But
it's thick.
So you're just not killing things out there, leaving them, and then, maybe this stuff gets wasted. It's being utilized for something. So it's not a full sort of, some people, they like that sort of thing. The Indians were kind of like that. They used everything that they killed and stuff. Sounds like my first 8 ex-wives. But I don't know what that joke
I
is.
like you, Chris.
I got
Tell it like it is.
I got a couple jokes. I got a couple callbacks. This whole show is just callback jokes I've used 5,000 times on the show. People are like, really, that one again? I'm like David Letterman.
If the pelts aren't too good, and as long as the bullet has gone all the way through them, I'll let them lay up there like on a rock pile, because we have bald eagles.
Oh.
So they like to come and feed on them, and so that's kind of like my giving back.
Might be a warning sign too for other troublemakers, right?
Yeah.
Hey, here's what happened to the last guy who came in and caused trouble. Jane Wick.
Dave never came back.
Yeah,
Dave?
yeah. Does your husband ever lie awake at night with one eye on you? You're putting stuff, you're killing things, putting it in the fridge. It sounds like something. Sounds like the Iceman from some Italian mob movie. Put all the bodies in a fridge.
How do you know I don't?
That's why I'm saying.
2 freezers.
If I was your husband, I'd keep one eye open at night. Make sure that I never cross paths with you.
Now, I always tell people I only kill the 4-legged furry predators.
Oh, so. I've got there's some people that do this thing called furries, and they have a convention. So if you ever think about, no, don't do that. I'm just teasing those people. I was watching a thing where I guess the furries. Are you familiar with the furries? You mentioned furry, and so you triggered something. But the furries are people that dress up as furry animals, and there's some sexual nature to it. But then they also just kind of like it. Like they
identify
as furries. And I guess their new thing is their new form of exercise is they run through the woods and the streams in their furry outfits, and they pretend like they're the animals.
Oh.
And I'm thinking, boy, you're gonna get shot by Jane Wick if you're not careful. If you're looking like a coyote running around there with your thing.
No, let me put something out there and get it straight. I don't believe that we need to eradicate packs of coyotes.
Oh.
Because there's a benefit to having them in the system.
Mm-hmm.
But what I like to do when I hear that there's trouble in a certain area, I like to take a few select out of the pack, and it brings the balance back in with the animals, and they stay to their wild animals and not the domestic pets.
Yeah, probably important. I know that they have to do that with deers. I mean, deers are. Everyone loves deers. They're so cute. But the more I found out, the deers are just like giant tick fucking farms.
Tell me about it.
They are. They're like the worst. They're just grown rodents of the thing that spread disease. They're like other than getting antlers off them, and I don't know, making a great plot for a Disney movie.
You can't eat the antlers, though, I've been told.
Yeah, you can eat deer meat though, huh? Right, with venison.
Oh my gosh, yes! I just got done canning some venison.
Have you ever eaten coyote?
No, but there are recipes out there. I would like to try their backstrap sometime.
You probably send some of that meat.
Backstrap on my smoker.
You could probably send some of that meat to China. They like dog over there. That's kind of interesting. But these things, there needs to be balance in nature. You got too much of any one thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of a problem. I mean, I can think of a few humans that maybe we don't need anymore. But anyway, I'm just doing jokes, people. But seriously, though, we could just put them on an island.
Yeah,
and
I like that idea.
Never talk to them again. And
I'll send over some names and addresses.
No, yeah. It's funny how everyone has a whole list ready to go. So is Crow's Nest Call still a thing then, or you took the website down?
I shut the website down. Okay. Yeah.
Because I know I've seen those people that they go to competitions, like Miss America's got that competition for Who's the Beautiful Woman. Yeah. They have I guess nature calls sort of things.
Yeah. Yeah.
And these guys are like all competing with each other for I don't know who can't get laid or something. I think
there are some people out there that I know that are phenomenal callers.
Really? Wow.
I'm just so jealous.
I need a Tinder call. That's what I need. So
You know,
anything.
I have
Go
an
ahead.
idea for that. Rather than flashing money, start buying designer purses and flash a Louis.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it. Yeah. Yeah. As long as they take a check, because I got more of that than cash in the bank. So
There you go.
I got more checks than whatever. So anything more you want us to know about what you are, how you doing, and how you doing it? Is there a book 3 maybe coming out soon?
I'm not sure if there's going to be a 3, but I know there's something else I need to write, and I'm just not sure the exact direction yet. But there will be more words from me. Yeah.
More stories of the
Yeah.
venture, and so we can read about you out there. I still think you need to turn this into a Hollywood script and Jane Wicket, coyote
Well,
hunting.
I do have 2 young men that have done a documentary on me,
Oh, really?
and they want to finish it up this fall.
Netflix.
Submit it to some film festivals,
Yeah.
and then they'll let me go public with it. But it's pretty cool.
In a world gone mad, she's had enough of the coyote bullshit.
It's called The Bounty.
She's taking the coyote bullshit into her own hands, and now it's revenge. Jane
Yeah.
Wick in Coyote Hunting Take 2.
And there's one other thing that I can positively say. I will never, ever, ever get into politics again.
Oh, that was probably a pain in the ass dealing with all those
The
politicians.
game playing and ridiculous.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. No, never again. Nope.
No. You just remind him that you're Jane Wick. I don't know. Don't do that, folks. But yeah, I could see this being an interesting thing, and coyote hunting, boar hunting. There's all sorts of predators. I mean, that's the biggest fear I have with my dogs. I've had friends say there's coyotes in the neighborhood. I've had friends that have had really small dogs that have been attacked. I have doggy doors, so anything can come in the doggy doors. But you have to scale a plastic fence or dig under it, I guess. But I have huskies. We fixed the dig under problem. But yeah, they have to scale over the fence, and I'm not sure they can do that, especially with a plastic fence.
Oh, yeah, they can.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Now I'll lose sleep at night. So, but yeah, that's interesting about the crows. Is one of the reasons that the coyotes track the crows is because maybe the crows are feeding off of a dead carcass somewhere or something? Is that
Could be. But
how they share notes?
When I start blowing like a feeding frenzy crow sound,
Mm-hmm.
It attracts the coyotes, and they want to know what those crows are eating off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta. Hey, there might be a meal here somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like me when I'm at McDonald's waiting in that long line.
Yeah.
All right. So as we go out, give people a final pitch out to order up your book and where they can find out more about you on the interwebs.
You can go to sheribaity.com. That has a connection to Amazon for purchasing my book. It's in many bookstores all over the world, and Barnes and Noble.
Maybe you could make a novel where there's I don't know. It's coyote. It's kind of like Cat Mayhab. Remember that book? What was that book? The book Moby Dick. Remember that?
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Cat Mayhab was like, most of the book, I guess, is a duel to the death between him and the whale. Maybe you could do something like that between like a Jane Wick figure like yourself and then a coyote, and you're like up against this main coyote of this coyote gang.
I like it.
Yeah, it's a novel.
Okay.
And then you could, the coyote's thinking too. He's like, how do we stop Jane Wick from
I like it.
murderous coyote rampage?
That might be book number 3.
I like it. Jane Wick versus the coyotes. Or what you could do? You could do a thing like the Charlton Heston Planet of the Apes thing. You could come back in time or space or whichever the hell it was.
missed those old movies.
Yeah, and then instead of Planet of the Apes, it's Planet of the Coyotes. Like the coyotes are taking over and they're like running shit and stuff, and you're like, "Get your hands off me, you dirty coyote!" If you're Gen Z, you can Google that and find out who Charlton Heston was. It's better than anybody you guys put up nowadays. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for coming on the show, Sheri. We really appreciate it.
Thanks
It's been
for
fun to
having
have
me.
you.
I had
And
a fun time.
I didn't know I
love
could pull
laughing.
so many jokes off of Coyote material. I didn't know I had it in me. I got to take this on the road now. There you go. So, folks, order up. Give us the .coms one last time, Sheri, as we go out. The .com for your website. Hey, Sheri, can you give us the .coms for your website one last time?
SheriBaity.com.
There you go.
SheriBaity.com.
And that'll be on the web. That'll be on the Chris Voss Show site. You can check that out too. Order up our book wherever fine books are sold. It's called Coyote Hunting Farm Style, Take 2, out November 7th, 2024. Sounds like some fun stories there. You read them to the kids at night.
There you go.
There you go, right before you put them to bed, and remind them that the monster under the bed is Coyote, and he eats small children if they get out of bed or if they cry. So that's what I always tell my kids.
Except for my future great grandbaby.
Oh, okay, yeah. And then if you duct tape the kids to bed, that
I
keeps
won't
them there,
scare
too.
her. I'll just raise her and take her up hunting.
Take her out on the murderous rampages. All right. Well, thank you very much, Sheri, for coming on the show. Thanks for
Thanks for
tuning
having
in.
me. I had a great time.
Thank you. Go to goodreads.com/Chris Voss, LinkedIn.com/Chris Voss. Chris Voss, one on the TikTok, and all those crazy places on the internet. Be good to each other. Stay safe. We'll see you next time.